When we're operating an EWP, anyone who operates an EWP should never operate it alone. Obviously, being a high-risk task, if something was to go wrong when they are at heights, we need somebody there that is capable to be able to bring the machine to ground, and to, if someone was to get stuck, for instance, they need to be able to get them down and out of that EWP or out of that machine. So no one should ever operate an EWP alone. I think when we're looking at the task that's going to be done and we're looking at an EWP for use, what we really have to look at is there a safer option first? That could be, is there a scaffold that could be used, or a solid structure rather than an EWP? If that's not the case and we have to go down the path of an EWP, then we're looking at a lot of different factors. Environmental conditions come into it, ground conditions come into it, and a whole heap of other, a range, I guess, of things. The stability of where the machine's going to be set up. Is it on soft ground? Can the machine actually reach where we need it to reach without having overhead obstructions, and so forth? Is it on an incline? Even if we're operating an EWP on a concrete slab, can the concrete slab take the weight of the machine? So there's quite a few different things that we have to take into consideration. Machines also too, obviously some are designed to drive on flat surfaces, some are designed on rougher surfaces, some need outriggers to be put out to stabilise the machine. So again, we need to look at the ground conditions and so forth to make sure that's right. An EWP shouldn't be used when there's an increased risk, I guess. So if we can't set the machine up properly or correctly, then we shouldn't be using that EWP. I guess it's like anything that we do when we're doing a task at height. If whatever equipment that we are using to gain access to that height to do that task, if we can't reach the task properly, comfortably, then we shouldn't be using that machine either. So take a ladder, for instance. If I've got to lean out off a ladder or stand on the top rung, I should be getting another ladder that can get me to where I need to be safely. Same goes for an EWP. If I'm using an EWP and I have to stand on the handrails, or I have to reach out of the basket or lean out of the basket, then it's not the right piece of equipment to be using for that task. I really need to go back and reassess what it is I'm doing. Ground conditions also, obviously, if I can't get the machine into a place where I've got solid ground to work on, and it affects the stability of the machine at the bottom, then I really need to go back and look at what it is I need